What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Diablo 3 set dungeon guide. We're going to be going over the Might of the Earth for the Barbarian. I'm going to show you the location, the gear I use, and also commentary over my mastery run. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the location of the Might of the Earth set dungeon. If you go to Act 2, and then you just go to the city of Chaldeum, and I'm just going to, port to the waypoint, and I'll just run back up here, right? And this is where you're going to go if you're doing like the Belial kill or whatever. Pretty easy. You're just going to go all the way up to where the Belial door is, and it's to the right of that door. So you can see we're just going to go down through here. Use leap to try to speed this up. Come on. And then it's right here. If you have all 6 pieces on, it'll open up, and then it'll show you all the objectives. The objectives for this set dungeon is going to be use leap, ground stop, and then earthquake in under 6 seconds on every elite. This is important. If you fail once, then you have to start over. Freeze and kill at least 1 enemy every 10 seconds for 1 minute. If you keep using leap to kill stuff and you're moving at a moderate pace, it shouldn't be that difficult. And then for the base, you have to kill 182 monsters, and for mastery, you can kill everything. Obviously, taking fatal damage will fail the dungeon, and then game difficulty has no effect. Alright, as far as going over the gear and the build and all that stuff that I used for this set dungeon, you're going to be dumbing down your damage quite a bit so that you can actually complete this. You want to be around probably around 300 to 400,000, and you can go lower too to make your life a little bit easier. But as you can see, we're going to use everything but the headpiece for the Might of the Earth set, and for our headpiece, we're going to be using Leoric's Crown with a diamond to help with our cooldown reduction. I'm throwing in diamonds on the chest and pants so for more all-res. And then obviously you want Hellfire Amulet for, Boonable Kalthos is in there. And you can get just some, I wouldn't say an offensive talent, but you want definitely like Boonable Kalthos. And that's going to be paired with the other 4 passives that I have going. And then also in this, you're going to have Esoteric Alteration. For your bracers, you want Reaper Wraps. And then you want for your rings to be Band of Might. And then Ring of Royal Grandeur, so you can get the 6-piece set bonus for Might of Earth. Then you want Chiling's Chain, so when you're using Warcry, you actually get movement speed. And then you want the Bolkathos, Solemn Vow, and Warrior Blood, so you can get the Fury Regeneration here. As far as all the stat pieces here, I would try not to go into like crit damage, crit chance like you normally would. Try to just roll as much cooldown on this gear as you can, and that's going to help you out the most. Alright, for our cube, we're using the Star of Alcarnath. It's, ever how you say that, prevent all fire damage, right? So there's going to be Molten in here, so if you wear this, then it kind of like negates it. Bloodstock's leap can be cast up to 3 times within 2 seconds before the countdown begins. So we're going to be chaining this together, kind of bounce around the rift here. And then in GM to help with our cooldowns. And then for our other legendary gems, we want Bane of the Trapped and then Bane of the Powerful. Alright, so going over the skills here, we're going to be using Ancient Spear with Boulder Toss. And then it's going to expend all of our Fury for damage. And within 9 yards, so kind of a radius, kill thing. But also it's going to work well with the set bonus for Might of the Earth to help tick down cooldowns for Leap and Earthquake and all that good stuff. It's going to be used as your reset. Leap with Call to Arret, leap into the air, right? Shock waves on the ground and pulls enemies in. This is going to be your main damage dealer. Ground Stomp is what you want, the ability you have to use with the elites. Wrenching Smath will also pull dudes in. Chilling Earth, that's how you're going to get the second objective, by chilling guys with Earthquake, because whatever ruin you have placed here, whenever Leap, because of the Might of the Earth set bonus, whatever ruin you have selected here, it's going to cast it over on this one when you use it. Warcry Charge, right, is going to be armor, but also it's going to activate Chainlink's Chain for movement speed. And then also Battle Rage here, it was going to give us some movement speed. Pound the Flesh and Earthen Might, which is going to be gaining Fury basically whenever we use Avalanche or Earthquake. And the Animosity, increasing Fury generation. And then also I have Unforgiving. And you no longer degenerate Fury. Instead, you generate 2 Fury for every 1 second. So it's going to help, keep a lot of your abilities up as well. Alright guys, so this is the map overview for the Might of the Earth set dungeon. Just kind of showing you like the path I took and just easier ways to kind of go about this. You come in right here. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure you kill everything as you go through here. So you're going to come up in here, right, all the way down. And like you see, some of these areas aren't explored because I can see them on the screen that they have no mobs there. So once you see and verify that there's nothing there, just keep moving, right? There's no need to actually fully discover the map itself. Now, another strategy you can do is that you can rush through here and kill all of the elites and then go back if you have enough time to like clean up. And if that's something you want to do, then when you start here, you're going to come down here. There's going to be an elite right here. And you're going to come down here and up, right? And there's an elite here that's elite 2. Right in this area, and you're gonna come down over here, right? And then the elite 3 is right here. You're gonna come down here even more, and down in here. There's an elite down here, an elite down here, and an elite over here. I can't remember where the 7th one is. But as you can see is if you can clear this whole area right here up to this bridge, all this back in here is verified dead, then as you're going through here, you can kind of keep doing this loop, right, to clean everything up. So that's what I would do, is I would just like make sure all of this area on this side of the bridge is completely done. And then when you get past that bridge, just keep going in a loop until everything is dead. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through this, the commentary here, just kind of help you out. As you can see, I'm just running and like gathering guys up. And once you actually start leaping, it's going to cause earthquake, which is going to chill and freeze or whatever, and it's going to start your timer. Now, I don't really worry too much about the chill thing. It's more or less the elites that are important here, because you're going to get the other secondary objective just by like kind of speed playing this with using leap. When you see a elite, right, the first thing you need to do is stop, leap onto the elite, and then use ground stomp, and then immediately use earthquake. If you find that you're killing the elites too fast, then take off some of your offensive paragon points, and also maybe your gems and stuff in your weapons. But as you can see here, we're just making sure everything is clear, all of the rooms and all the monsters. We're trying to just make sure we don't leave anything behind, at least until we get to that bridge. Once we get to the bridge, then we can kind of just keep going in a loop and then killing everything that we can. Now, you will probably drop the second objective a couple times, but you can get it back. Like I got 44 enemies in 1 minute there. So don't get discouraged if it does drop. There are situations where RNG will just put the mobs really far apart, but the idea here is that if you actually use leap a lot in the same small area, guys will run towards you and they'll die within the earthquake, right? Get frozen. So if you're like kind of covering the ground, then it's going to help you out completing this a lot, and you won't necessarily have to run after a lot of guys. If you have imps that you're chasing after, it's better to use Boulder Toss. Boulder Toss will also reset your cooldown on leap. So you want to make sure that you're using leap as much as possible, but then when leap is on cooldown, throw a boulder. Preferably at a dude that's running away and not trying to like run all the way up next to him. Because, you know, other than leap and boulder, you can't really kill anything with any of your other abilities. So we just crossed a bridge now, so we're going to go up here and clear this corner. As you can see, there's nothing down there, so I'm not going to fully discover it. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to start leaping. Once you make your first leap every single time, just keep leaping until you can't anymore. Some of these, leaping down into some of the downstairs areas or across gaps, works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So be really cautious, because you can actually kind of, you know, mess up the whole rotation a little bit if you keep leaping and you're just wasting a lot of time. So here, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to clear these guys out a little bit, and I'm just going to keep pushing down. Right here. Then you just jump down. And, you know, you want to try to get the leap started and just kind of paint the ground. Don't really worry about, like, it's less important to try to leap on top of mobs than it is to just kind of, like, evenly coat the earthquake on the ground. Because as you evenly coat it, they're going to walk into it and take damage, and they're going to kind of, it's going to help you out quite a bit on getting them down and also getting that secondary objective. But basically, whenever you see an elite, every single time, you need to go through that rotation and do it, and you'll get a notification. It'll go right over their head once you get it. And if you go out of order or something and you fail, then you'll start all over. So practicing that is probably really important as well, and also just kind of the speed at which you're leaping around and moving around, because you're going to clip a lot of items and walls in this tile set. You're going to get hung up, stuck. Sometimes leap won't work. It's just kind of frustrating. Like here, I'm going to wait for this guy to come all the way up and kind of stop. You know, sometimes you can miss on the leap as well. You'll know when leap hits him, because it'll kind of like freeze him and then kind of pull him into you a little bit, and then you can progress with the ground stomp and then earthquake. As you hear, I have 19 guys left. The big point here is just to, like, you know, paint the ground with earthquake. You see they're starting to like run in every direction. Boulder Toss doesn't always, you know, when you direct hit him, it doesn't always kill him either. So kind of use Boulder Toss just, you know, on a whim and just to reset leaps cooldown. So you see we have one guy, and I'm like, oh man, I just hope that this guy's on the other side of the dungeon. But I walked past this bridge and he's right there hiding. So right there, and we got him. So very, very annoying. This is a very, very annoying set dungeon, but following this strategy will help you get it done. It might take a little practice. There is an RNG element here with the mob placement and just kind of like, you know, how they're grouped up, and just use those abilities and everything that you can to the best of your ability. Alright guys, I hope this guide helped you in completing the Might of the Earth set dungeon. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more Diablo content or just gaming content in general, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.